maps as well. So it is whatever the players want, but it does look like we're going to be having our first match. Dise versus Hurricane, man. Dise obviously way up in MMR. He has a lot more experience. He is a Grandmaster, of course, as well being in the ESL League. So it's going to be extremely tough for Hurricane. But, you know, Mr. Stormy, one of the casters also for the International Battle League, he was in his tournament. I saw some of the tournaments he played in, and he did win them. So it's not like Hurricane doesn't have winning tournament experience, actually. And he is pretty good. I think he is actually better than his actual ladder ranking. I think he's a lot better, actually. But we will see. So we are going to have a Night Elf Mirror, and it looks like we're going to be playing on Amazonia now. Generally speaking, the thing with Night Elf Mirror, it's very like roll the dice type of matchup. I mean, if you go Potom, it can sometimes counter, most of the time counter against Demon Hunter with some sort of hunt push. Then if of course you get Demon Hunter, it's going to be countering Warden or Keeper for the most part. And then of course if you get Keeper versus Potom, then you know it's just a roll the dice thing. So generally speaking, the safe option is to go for Demon Hunter, but on a map like Amazonia, I wouldn't be surprised if Dise wants to go Potom, which he does. And so we're going to be seeing a Potom game versus the Demon Hunter, and I wonder how Hurricane's Night Elf Mirror is against the Potom in particular. So hopefully we have a good match. Both players are going to be starting off with the Lightning Shield creep, of course, and sending Wisp just to scout, just to see what's going on. Some players, like some Night Elf people, they like to dispel the Lightning Shield here in Night Elf Mirror, but you should be able to properly deal with it. It's not the hardest thing to deal with.
Forces are under attack.
Alright. Looks like we got a pretty... Oh, looks like Dise didn't get the perfect Lightning Shield pull. Meanwhile, Hurricane getting an absolute beautiful Lightning Shield pull. Is hitting all three targets. Meanwhile, Dise only hitting the Wizard at the moment. Not the perfect pull by Dise, but it is not the worst thing, of course. And alright, so look like this perfect Lightning Shield creep coming in from Hurricane. I'm liking the start so far for him. He's going to obviously creep that a lot quicker than Dise is going to creep his. And I'm pretty sure he did scout for it. He did see the Potom, I believe so. I'm not sure if he did. But obviously it is going to be important to see that Potom early on. And we get the Gloves of Haste for Hurricane. And circle it for Dise, which, you know, usually a Claws is really nice if you're going to go Potom in this matchup. But, but he kind of gets the perfect item, so it does... If you get a Claws, that is great, considering the item you might get from this camp. But if you get a Claws plus a Circlet, that is literally perfect. That's like the best items you can get right there. That's just more mana for Searing Arrow. And of course, you know, it doesn't seem like it makes a big difference with that mana, but it does, and with a little bit of right clicks. And of course there's the Demon Hunter, but it only is level 1 mana burn at the moment. And we do have the tech, obviously, from Hurricane. Meanwhile, Dise is going to be probably going into hunts at some point. He is not teching yet. So, pretty standard game so far. Obviously, we're going to have the Potom just being annoying as much as she can to the Demon Hunter and just to Hurricane in general, canceling a Moonwell, which is not the worst thing in the world. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter gets 2 mantles. It can be pretty decent for the Naga later on for the extra right-click damage as well as the more mana. But if that is the hero of choice that he wants to go for, of course. But no, he just sells both the mantles, gets the boots of speed as well as the circlets. I do like that choice. There is always going to be, when you do go mass hunts, there is going to always be some sort of hunt surround threat, because it's really easy to surround with hunts if you ever tried it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Right, it's honestly not looking that bad for Hurricane so far. He's got a full wall off right here, so it's not like the Potom can go into the back and mess with the Wisp anyways. And like I said, Hurricane is definitely better than his actual ladder rank. So, obviously Dise is a lot more experience, and it's going to be a lot tougher matchup, but We will see. Alright, we got the first couple of hunts already out. And basically, the thing is, you have to basically survive until you get a decent amount of Dryads and you can eventually get bears up. Once you can last up till that long, then the game is practically yours at that point. Obviously, it is easier said than done, but it looks like Hurricane is doing so well so far. I mean, it's not like level 3 Demon Hunter is the craziest level up in this particular matchup, just because the Potom isn't such a mana-reliant hero. Of course, the Searing Arrow does help. It does great right-click damage, especially with the True Shot aura and the items that he currently has, but...
A player's forces are under attack.
It's not the biggest level up in the world, and of course when you go into these fast hunts with this Potom, that you are going to have map control and able to take out Taskmaster camps in the middle. Preferably, Hurricane would like to get one of these Berserker camps, but it's really hard, especially when Dise is keeping tabs on you with this Potom all the time. And of course he has some wiggle room right now, but he's kind of just running around at the moment, not sure what to do. But alright, so he's going to go for the Berserker. Is Dise going to see it? Oops. Alright, we have the level 3 Potom. Now this is the level for the Potom where basically then things start to get pretty scary, because then you have all this extra damage onto these hunts. By the way, Dise is getting 2 rings, not obviously what you want on the Potom. She already has a decent amount of armor. This freaking Potom is going to be super hard to kill. But, oh, look at that. We actually have an expansion coming in from Dise. I was wondering why he was not pressuring more. So he is going to go for some sort of expansion. Not teching yet. And we have the Shredder for Hurricane. Shredder can be super good for dealing these hunt pushes later on. And of course it solves any sort of wood problems. But we only have 1 lore at the moment. No second hero yet for Hurricane. Alright, we have the expansion up. We have plenty of hunts coming in from Dise, so already he is going to be having a 1 base advantage, and he does start his tech. Meanwhile, Hurricane just going into the Night Elf main, trying to harass the Wisp. Meanwhile, some reinforcement or some extra forces from Dise going to the main base, it seems like. Needs to be careful because this Demon Hunter should be able to get out, but we're playing on the edge, dude, literally. But with the Moon Juice, he is going to be sucking it all up, get back to full HP, of course, but this Moon Juice does matter later on. Of course, it is daytime, so this Moon Juice is not replenishing at the moment. So when you do have this big hump push, which is probably going to happen right now from Dise with the level 3 Potom that he does have and the power spike that he does have, it is going to matter, this Moon Juice. But Hurricane does already have the AP up, he's getting the 2nd lore up at the moment, and he does have the Shredder, but he just has no units at the moment. But it seems like it's going to be pretty hard to push through this main base. We also don't have a 2nd hero, meanwhile Dise getting another level up. Having the level 2 Searing Arrow going to be doing a lot of right click damage onto this Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is only level 2, dude. It's not even level 3 yet. We do have some Dryads coming out, which are a solid pick against the Potom and the hunts. But I mean, Dryads can't really do much if you don't have the if you don't have a lot.
A player's forces are
Hurricane currently at only 29 supply, not making that 2nd lore really kind of bit him in the ass. But he is going to be having tier 3 soon, and I wonder if he's going to go for some sort of 2nd hero. He still hasn't gotten for some 2nd hero. Meanwhile, Dise just creeping up the map, dude. Meanwhile, this Demon Hunter's not even level 3 yet. And this is just the big benefit on this map, especially of going Potom hunts early on. You just have this huge, really strong army with the aura. So it's really hard to get any sort of creeping going. Okay, Hurricane's gonna come over here, try to deal with, try to do some sort of harass, but I mean, there's just too many hunts. Like, Dise really doesn't care. Alright, it is nighttime, or daytime now. But, yeah, there's the army for Hurricane is really, really minuscule. There's no bear form yet. Of course, he does have the staff, but he didn't even get a kill yet. He's still level 3, or level 2 on the Demon Hunter. Barely, 2.9. No 2nd hero yet. You could go for a Naga. against bottom hunts. But something like a Beastmaster also wouldn't be bad at all. Dise playing really well, controlling the map here. Taking the Demon Hunter away, stepping out, meanwhile creeping at the same time, almost getting the level 5. And once he does hit that level 5, man, dude, he's probably going to have glaives onto these hunts, and these hunts are just going to do insane damage. Alright, he gets a hunt, he gets level 3. Not bad. And how are the bears looking at the moment? There's only 2 bears up. We do have the tier 3. I'm not sure if he has bear form yet. I would assume so. Yep, he does. And alright, second hero is going to be the panda for the Demon Hunter. Or for Hurricane. And it looks like Dise, he might get level 3 from this. No, he's not going to. Not even close. Alright, we do have a mini push coming in from Hurricane, and now we do have some bears. We do have some dryads on his side of on his supply. But Dise does have the extra base. He does have the bigger food advantage. It does not look like Hurricane has enough just because there's so much damage yet. Of course, there is no level 5 bottom yet, so there's no level 3 aura. So it's not as much damage as it is going to be, but it is going to be damage. It's going to be a lot of damage to be reckoned with. Nice detonate. Nice deny. We also have some scrolls from Dise. So if things do get hectic, he could pop a heal scroll if he does micro properly against this. And he also has a protection scroll, which could help. Right here, now Dise definitely should be able to get level 5. Meanwhile, Hurricane going across the map into his natural. Gonna finally be able to creep this. I would like to see him solo creep this with his panda to get the solo experience. Because the Demon Hunter's experience really does not matter, especially against this particular army. Definitely should turn this sound down just a little bit. Alright, we have the level 2 panda. We have a ton of hunts with 2-1 upgrades. And we have the level 5 bottom. So the damage is going to be absolutely insane when it comes to this. Right, we got the next big push coming in from Dise. Look at the Moonwells and the AP absolutely melting, dude. Just the aura stacked up onto all these hunts as well as the 2-1 upgrades is just so much damage. It is absolutely insane. Alright, Hurricane has a decent amount of dryads. He doesn't have any bears forming at the moment, but Dise has 76 supply, and it is 76 supply in hunts, and he also does have the panda. So, who is going to get the better exchange here? Of course, Dise or Hurricane does have a base coming up. Dise has been mining on 2 bases this whole time, but the bears are just absolutely melting. This panda is not level 3. If this panda was level 3, maybe something could happen. But it just looks like there's just so much mass. It is unbelievable. And he still has a heal scroll as well. Demon Hunter needs to be careful. He's super low. Needs to be able to TP out. And we have the Shredder here as well. He's not bringing in the Shredder. I mean, he might as well. You have so much wood already. You can definitely get the rest of the upgrades that you do need. Dise saving all of these hunts. Hurricane and shambles, dude. Taking out, I believe that was 2 Moonwells and the AP as well. So the next attack is going to be even worse. And alright, we have the second base coming up for Hurricane. But man, dude, there's just so many hunts. They're already 2-2 upgrades. We have Moon Juice in the base. It's making 2 more Moonwells just to have more Moon Juice as well as be able to go up to 100 supply at some point. Really smart of Hurricane right here. Solo creeping with the panda. Needs to be careful not to lose him, obviously. There is a rejuve now available. Alright, we get the level 3 on the panda, so definitely should invest into more heal scrolls, which Dise does, which is the smart decision. So now this panda isn't going to be as much of a force as he should be. But at some point, those heal scrolls do get used up. Now, if Dise really, honestly, you could hit the main base, of course. But honestly, this expo is just so exposed that like you could definitely just right click this down with all the hunt damage that is going to be coming. Alright. We have 2 heal scrolls, so maybe there should be some sort of mana pot coming in from the Panda. We have 59 supply from Hurricane, but some of that is in production, and the same can go for Dise. He does have some supply in production at the moment, but man, there is just so many hunts, and the damage is absolutely insane. Nice rejuve, and of course there is no dispel, so having this rejuve is super helpful. Definitely needs to detonate on all this protection scroll right here. Needs to be careful with the Demon Hunter. There is no... Ooh, it gets a rejuve just in time, dude. And honestly, if this Panda starts to get to work, there is a greater healing, so he is going to be fine for the moment. So many Dryads coming out. There should be some sort of Wisp detonate right here for this protection scroll. It would be so much value just for the one Wisp. And alright, we have the Starfall coming in from Dise, but it's not going to be really that effective at the moment. 49 supply for Hurricane. Meanwhile, it feels just like Dise isn't losing that much. She's still at 82 supply. So many weak hunts, but we still have another heal scroll. Of course, he's gonna use it right now. And this is kind of the thing. I don't believe there's much the Panda could do at the moment because there's just 2 heal scrolls, and now he just has so much damage that he's just right-clicking on the main. There is going to be some repair that is going to be needed, or else his main is going to be going down, and if the main does go down, then this is probably going to be game. Ooh, big Drunken Haze Breath of Fire right there, coming in, so much damage on the hunts, but it looks like the main is going to be going down. He could get so many exit kills right here for Dise, and of course he does have the extra base, so he could still produce, but he can't make bears. And oh my god, the heroes are just carrying. And the Dryads are just doing so much damage. Finally brings in the Shredder. I'm not sure if the Shredder was in that whole time. But man, the rejuve is just absolutely coming in for Hurricane. But the main base did go down. he's gonna make it in the back right here. Alright, Hurricane, what is the plan? Honestly, Hurricane is doing really good. Oh, there is also some side attack at the Expo. I totally did not see that. But alright, Dise is at 50 supply, Hurricane is at 40 supply, but his Panda is starting to get in crazy levels now. But there is no bears. I don't think there is. There's probably one. Yeah, there is one. There's one bear. But I don't think that's... I mean, realistically, this should be enough against this army, as long as you can micro the Dryads backwards. Oh man, Potom gets Steering Arrow level 3. That's going to be so much right-click damage. Needs to be careful of the surround coming in for the... Damn, look at that damage! Jesus! There is staff, right? So you should be fine. Yes, there is. Kind of a whacked out game, dude. 54 supply from Dise, just producing more hunts. And of course, with it being hunts, he's gonna be able to produce a lot more, a lot quicker. Meanwhile, Hurricane, he lost Moonwells, so he can't really produce at the moment. And he can only really produce Dryads. Sending hunts to the Expo, I like that. There is a Shredder here as well for some sort of defense. And we do have 3 attack upgrades for these hunts, so they do a hell of damage. We also have the Orb of Venom, so it is going to be stacking up in poison damage as well. But man, these Dryads are just so weak. There's no Moon Juice in the main base at all. Panda has mana. And look at this damage, dude. I guess Hurricane is just going to give it up. He's not even going to try to. But this honestly looks just like a dead game after this expansion dies. Because now Dise is on 2 base. Of course, as you know, his main is going to be mining out at some point. But it's not going to be for a while. There's still 1,300 gold in there. Alright, we do have the Panda, but we also have 2 heal scrolls. So it's not like this Panda can do a whole lot. And we only have 4 Dryads at the moment. We have a measly 23 supply. So it's not like Hurricane can really do much. Of course, he can wait for his main base to come up. Alright, staffs the Demon Hunter just for the extra defense ahead of time. Meanwhile, Panda and Dryads gonna be coming in. But there is another heal scroll. These hunts just have so much armor, dude, with the protection scroll, with the armor upgrades. It can be pretty hard to kill him, even with the Demon Hunter and the Orb of Venom. But Dise just not even losing the one hunt that was super weak right there. There is no rejuve. So the Demon Hunter is probably gonna go down at some point. Both heroes just stuck in the main base. Saving some dreads right here, but they can't even just engage. They can't even engage because there's just so many damn hunts now. Okay, gets one hunt, but I mean it's daytime. There's no moon juice. Can't even buy potions because the main base did die earlier. And the Potom, or the Demon Hunter, is going to go down. Level 8 for the Potom, and that is going to be it. GG. You know, Hurricane did a lot better than I thought he would. Way better. My hat goes off to Hurricane, man. He did way better than I thought he would. Like I said, dude, this guy is a lot better than his ladder ranking. I don't know how often he grinds ladder, to be honest. I'm not sure how often he grinds ladder, but he's definitely not doing that bad, dude. I think if he manages to hold that push, you know, if he manages to keep the main base, then that game looks really good for Hurricane. If he manages to keep the main base, because if he keeps the main base, then he is able to make more bears. And at that point, he had 2 bases, and Dise was, I believe, below 50. So, you know, maybe he wouldn't have lost as much hunts if he didn't lose the main base, but it honestly did not look that bad for Hurricane. It was not as one-sided as I thought it'd be. It honestly wasn't that one-sided. It looked pretty good. Yo, what's going on, Tent? How you doing, man? Yeah, also, not to mention that, like, Protection Scroll definitely did a lot for Dise. The value he would have got if he had just detonated 1 Wisp onto all those hunts with that Protection Scroll would have been big. Because that Protection Scroll is a factor. So definitely could have detonated. I believe the semis are a best of 5 as well. They could be best of 3, I could be wrong. We also have some other observers. Alright, and we are going to have the second game. Dise versus Hurricane on map 2. We are going to be on EU North this time. So I believe there is a ping switch for Hurricane, so now Hurricane should have the worst ping. And Dise did have the worst ping the last game. So we'll see how this goes. So I know Dise loves to go Potom, by the way. Like, I believe every game I've ever seen him in Night of Mirror that I've casted, he actually just goes Potom, like, every time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Potom again. But it would be interesting to see how a Bear Mirror would also play out. You know, Bear Mirror can get boring at sometimes. And honestly, I'm one of those people that just likes the Potom hunts. I think it's really interesting. Especially when you get into the late game and you have some sort of glaives on both sides and you have some sort of Zeppelin micro shenanigans going on, then it could be really interesting. Oh, forgot to update the game score. There we go. But alright. Dise is going to go for the Keeper versus the Demon Hunter. Again, it is the safe option to go for the Demon Hunter. And, you know, he does have the benefit that the Demon Hunter does counter the Keeper. In most ways, at least. Now, I believe last time when there was a Knight of Premier, I forgot who was against, Dise played against. He did go the Keeper, and it worked out way better than it should have. I believe it was, Wanted.
Player's forces are under attack.
Wanted just didn't seem like he could handle the Keeper as much as he probably should have with the Demon Hunter. And of course, the Keeper can be annoying with the Entangle. But this isn't super bad for Hurricane. Of course, he does have the ping disadvantage this time. Both players gonna go for the quick ancient award creep. Super clean creeps by both players. And we're gonna get a ring of protection for the Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Keeper does get the circlet. Best item that he could have got. Definitely. With the more mana, the more attack. Of course, the more damage. Having claws can be nice on the Keeper. But that's more so better for like against Orc. If you're going to be going for some sort of grunt kills. But looks like it's going to be a pretty quiet game. I believe last time when Dise actually did this, he did move across the map pretty early. So it looks like he's going to be playing a lot more passive this time. And I'm sure he's impressed by Hurricane as well from the last game. Hurricane did a lot better than I thought he would. So my hat definitely goes off to the boy. Alright, he's gonna entangle a Wisp, just gonna get a detonate, so he really didn't get any value from that entangle. Get sentry wards can be really good. Especially for some hero like the Keeper who likes to run around and entangle everything. Can be actually pretty good. Alright, Demon Hunter is here. Can take the last hit with the Mana Burn, but instead he uses it on the Keeper. Keeper does get the Replenishment Potion, gets the Gauntlet Strength as well. Not the best items that you want. Replenishment Potion can be decent, but not really what you want. He did place a Sentry Ward. It was definitely obvious, assuming that Dise did look at the inventory of Hurricane. And yeah, both players are going to be teching around at the exact same time, almost. Hurricane are a little bit behind in his tech, but it's not the biggest deal. Alright, buys the staff, sells the Ring of Protection, and goes back to creep the mercenary camp. Pretty efficient creeping coming in from Hurricane, I like this. Meanwhile, of course, with Dise having the Keeper, he can just spawn treants and be able to creep stuff a lot easier than Hurricane. But Hurricane did move his Ancient War earlier, or pretty quick. So he is going to be able to creep this up. No issue. Of course, this is going to cause some sort of repair, which means he shouldn't have wood problems, but he could have wood problems down the road. Just because these two wisps are not mining on wood, obviously. Oh, and Dise sees this. Oh, and the Ancient Ward is taking so much damage. So is the Demon Hunter, and Dise is on the way. And he's already level 3. Oh, man. Oh, no! Hurricane! Alright, he gets a camp. I'm not sure if he denied the experience. I think he did, but there is an entangle. He's not going to be using it on the Demon Hunter, but rather the, oh, he needs to detonate on this Berserk. If there's going to be an entangle. There should be. Nope, there is not. Meanwhile, the camps are still going. Entangles the Wisps. Actually pretty smart. Definitely should get the experience because he's not level 3 yet. Ooh, rough early game for Hurricane and denies it. Really rough game for him. Goes for the Naga. Is there going to be a Naga pick from Hurricane as well? Yes, there is, of course. Now, there's Ice Arrow on both sides. It looks kind of awkward here, but there's so much reinforcements for Dise right here that it doesn't matter anyways. He does have the staff, so he should be able to get out. But honestly, it looks like he's going to be forced into a TP now. Ooh. Playing at the last second, dude. Needs to be careful of this Naga. Taking so much damage, and both heroes just taking so much damage. Jesus. 2 tomes right here. This would actually be pretty nice to grab. It's like so much HP. Ah, super rough early game. I'm pretty sure Dise denied on the Rock Golem, dude. And you got the Belt of Strength, which can be pretty good for the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter, one of his major flaws is that he does not have a lot of HP, so having a Belt of Strength can be pretty nice for him. Alright, there is... looks like there might be a TP force. There is no invul, so he does need to be careful. Oh, there is an invul on the Keeper, though. So the Demon Hunter might just go down. Naga, there is no mana for the Ice Arrow at the moment. But a Berserker is going to go down. Just so many losses for Hurricane this early game. It's just absolutely tragic. Getting a little bit overly aggressive for no really real reason. Losing so much moon juice in the process of taking damage on these heroes. Meanwhile, Dise just having so many archers. And we don't have a lore either. So it looks like he's going to be going into mass archers. I wonder if we're going to be seeing triple orb with some archers as well. That'd be really interesting. But alright. We do have the tier 3 started. And meanwhile, the tier 3 started for Dise way sooner, dude. And Hurricane is going to get level 3 from this camp finally. But it's just so damn behind, dude. Dice's Naga is getting the levels more than Hurricane's. The levels are just way better for Dise. Hurricane moving the Ancient War just to go and creep up this laboratory. But definitely needs to get some creeping in. But Dise just has the map control, dude. He's gonna go for this rep camp, and there's absolutely nothing Hurricane can really do to stop it. Taking so much damage on this Naga for no reason, but imagine it gets Shockwave right here. Shockwave, Shockwave. I just imagine taking so much damage on this Naga, dude. But alright, Hurricane is here. Dise does need to be a little bit careful. Is there a mana burn? Wait, there's just a dead Naga. Super random. Ooh, there is a staff. So, Demon Hunter is fine. That's fucking random. What the fuck? Dude just literally came in and just freaking mana burned him. He said, alright, I'll take it, dude.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, but he is going to be getting this red cap. There's pretty sure there's nothing Hurricane can do. And Dise is going to hope for a good item right here. Gets the Ancient Jangle. Ooh, super good item, especially for the archers in particular, because they're just so... Their thing is that they do so much damage, so having that extra attack speed can be really nice, as well as the movement speed. Probably the best item we could have got there, honestly. But alright, we do have the bears out, and there is no lures from Dise, so it is just going to be archers.
The town is under siege.
You know, maybe Hurricane, he's just so used to playing Bear Mirror, because maybe that's just a thing that he thinks that he should be able to play. But there is different Net of Mirror styles, and this is one of them. This isn't like something that is new. We do see this sometimes. Alright, we got the triple hero, we got the aura. We are going to have the first Orb of Venom out. We do also have the Orb of Venom for the Demon Hunter. But then there's just so many archers. It's only 50 food. Hurricane has 48 food. And he does have the bears. So it's honestly not that bad. Ancient War goes down. Okay, not the biggest deal. But alright, we do have the Rejuve. And we don't have Dispel. So this Demon Hunter taking so much damage, but he does have the Rejuve, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. And these bears are just climbing up onto these archers, and honestly, Hurricane, I don't know how Dise is going to be able to take this. He just has so many bears. Tangle on the Demon Hunter being focused at the moment, but there, of course, there is going to be staff. So many archers going down. Potom is getting a bit low. Needs to pull this bear back. Of course, not trying to lose as much bears as he should. But, 2 bears gonna be going down. Ugh. There is no Dispel, there's no Dryads. So, you know, if there isn't Tangle, there might be some sort of kill. I would have loved to see a second staff for Hurricane. It is losing bears that he doesn't really need to lose. Alright, staffs out the Naga, of course. I don't think there is a staff for the Potom, so the Potom should just be going down. And that is the Orb of Venom going down. Meanwhile, getting level 3 for Hurricane's Naga. And Dise, not looking that good, man. Of course, you can't go for this triple hero, triple orb stuff, but without 2 bases, it's really hard to do. Dise just, or Hurricane just has a better army. Alright, we do have the 2nd damage upgrade. No 3rd damage upgrade yet. And it's really hard to make this like whole mass archer triple orb thing work, which is what I'm assuming Dise is trying to do. It's really hard to make it work when you don't have a 2nd base. Because the bears are just superior units. But alright, he is going to be pushing into Dice's base. Needs to be careful not to overcommit. There is no some sort of... The bears need to go around in order to hit this Naga, so that's a lot of wasted damage for no reason. Looks like the bottom might go down again. No, it does not. Losing a bear. Getting 4 an archer, 2 archers. Which is not that good. Also losing the bottom. Is there a staff for this bear? I don't believe there is. But there is rejuve, dude. And having this rejuve is just so nice. Because Dise doesn't really have anything to dispel. Naga needs to be careful. Naga's super weak, dude. Dise, losing everything, buddy. Demon Hunter, probably gonna staff back soon. Oh, he's gonna walk back. He does have staff, doesn't he? Alright, loses another bear. Dise just like absolutely holding on. With every moon juice that he does, slurping everything he has. Losing so many bears. What is this? But it looks like Hurricane's winning it. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. How many bears did he save?
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, wait. There's only one Ancient of War. There's only one Ancient of War. So it's, and plus, I mean, Dise doesn't really have the money. So I think Hurricane just wins this. Bottom is coming out now. But, alright, it's gonna go for the hero kill. But there is a potion of healing. And 2 heroes are super weak. Keeper does go down. And the Naga's gonna go down as well. And Dise just leaves the game. No GG. Super awesome, man. Alright, looks like we got a series, dude. Keep in mind, Hurricane, he's a lot less experienced and on paper is a lot worse, or not as strong as Dise. So it's awesome, super awesome that he freaking can take a map off, dude. And yeah, dude, the thing is, when he did have that 50 supply with that Naga and the hero level advantage, he definitely should have expanded. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe Dise is trying to get a little bit too flashy, but you know, Hurricane is not a bad player, so not really something that you should be doing. You know, Hurricane is here to play. But alright, we do have the 2nd game. Dise vs Hurricane on map 3, Concealed Hill. I believe it is the best of 5. Thank you, Armin, for clipping that, by the way. What is going on, Omnideus? Welcome to the stream, man. Alright, so what is Dise going to do this time? This could be a bottom map as well. Dise is really good with the bottom, to be honest. But we will see. We will see. So, yeah. It's gonna be 1-1. I definitely should update the score. My bad. But alright, it is 1-1. Good luck, have fun coming in from both players. Good sportsmanship. I like to see it. And Hurricane was honestly really behind that last game. And yes, Dise did go for some weird sort of build. You know, triple hero into archers, and at some point go into triple orb. But not having an expo makes it really hard to work. And not to mention, even that, considering that, like, Dise had a pretty big hero level advantage and had big map control. So Good, solid comeback from Hurricane. I can see why Stormy was hyping this guy up, dude. Even the matches before this, he was definitely doing really well. It would be a huge upset, by the way, if Hurricane manages to take out Dise here. Like, really big upset. Alright. It is going to be Potom versus the Keeper. Hurricane with the calls. Keeper can be really good against the Potom. Just because Entangle can kill so many hunts early on. If he manages to play the Keeper right, of course. This is a great Keeper map. Concealed Tail is. And Dise is going to see it right away. So he's like, oh shit, it does have the Keeper. So every Entangle should be kill, if not almost a kill on these hunts. Where I guess to circulate best item for him, as well as best item for the Potom, getting the cost of attack, as well as the Ancient War creeping, moving across the map. Needs to be careful though, because the Potom is here, and because she does have the Searing Arrow, the last hit potential is gonna be there, and there is no Entangle to stop him. Just needs to chip the Potom down, make sure she doesn't get too close. Needs to be really careful. Alright, he does get it. Oh, and I believe he did deny sub camp. Yeah, he did.
A player's forces are under attack.
I think he did. Mistake early on for Hurricane. At some point, he is going to be wanting to get this Entangle. And there is Ancient Wars over here. Hurricane, what is the plan, my man? Looks like he's gonna be trying to maybe take this camp or something. Ooh, Potom needs to be careful. Of course, there is Shadow Melt. Oh, needs to be careful. Both heroes playing a little bit of tug of war right here with a little bit of army that they do have, as well as the heroes that they have. But there is fountains. So he doesn't need to use the Moon Juice right now. But alright, Dise is going to be teching. Meanwhile, Hurricane hasn't. He's just going into a lot of archers. Do I got the names mixed up or something? What the heck? Interesting. Alright, so the Keeper does get level 2. There is no hunts. Needs to be careful, but there is a Detonate, but I don't know if the Detonate was really necessary. It's only level 1 Entangle anyways. Oh, but he is going to go for that Force TP, or that Hero Code rather. And it looks like he might get it. Yeah, he's definitely going to get it. So he is going to get the Force TP. Nice little play by Hurricane. But his tech is just so behind, dude. So behind.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. It looks like, are we gonna get some sort of like mass archer pick? Oh, gonna get the cancel on the shop right here. Nice little pick by Hurricane. But Dise does see the Ancient War right here. And there's gonna be an archer popping out, by the way. And there's dust, so this archer should go down. And we're gonna see an alchemist.
Forces are under attack.
As a bomb with the True Shot Aura can be so much damage later on. Meanwhile, Hurricane creeping up on his own. If he does get level 3 for his Keeper, by the way, this level 2 Entangle on all these archers is going to be basically a kill. Every Entangle is going to be a kill. And there is no Demon Hunter to prevent the mana. But his tech is just so damn behind, man. Right, is going to look for some picks right here with the Acid Bomb and Searing Arrow. And it is a lot of mana investment. Using Entangle on the Alchemist, I don't know if that is the best decision, just considering that he is a bit of a tanky boy. He does have a lot of HP. Of course, he has no armor, but... really weird game. Really weird game. Alright, so we're gonna have the first little scramble here. Of course, Dise does have the advantage, so he does have True Shot Aura as well as the Acid Bomb. So the damage on these archers is gonna be a lot more significant than as opposed to Hurricane's archers. But we also do have Entangle, but we have Wisp just in case for this. And you can see right here that he just keeps detonating on these treants. You need to be careful with this freaking Keeper, by the way. Like, that Keeper is getting real low. Real low! And the Keeper just dies. And yeah, it's looking pretty bad. Pretty grim. We even have a shop coming up. Proxy shop for Dise. And he's just losing everything. Hurricane is trying to make the Keeper back. We have Chemical Rage, we have Acid Bomb, we have level 3 for the Potom, we have the True Shot level 2, so much damage, and it looks like the next game is going to go to Dise against Hurricane. I'm not really sure what the plan was here for Hurricane. But alright, we do have a Panda. And we don't have Heal Scrolls. And we also don't have Healing Spray, because he did go into Chemical Rage. So there is potential for a lot of archer kills here. All the archers getting really low. Some archers are going down, but there is also plenty of damage for this Panda. Or on this Panda. And Hurricane just has nothing. He has no moon juice. And this is what is the benefit of pressuring an idle base like this, especially in mirror. The opponent just loses so much moon juice, and of course you lose moon juice when you go back to heal. But there is a fountain on this map. It is daytime though, so you can't really go to it right now at the moment. But it is there.
A player's forces are under attack.
And alright, we have the Keeper back. He's not getting as much Entangle luxury as I would have thought he would. Or as I would have liked, rather. But partly due to the reason that Dise did bring Wisp. He was prepared for it. But I'm curious how this is going to play out. Because if Dise does go into heavy archers, there is a Panda now. And Panda is amazing against archers. Right, we're going to have an Entangle. We're going to be having the first kill. We have plenty of mana on this Panda. But he needs to be careful, dude. This Panda is not freaking... Yeah, this Panda is not some sort of super tanky guy with all these archers, dude. Needs to TP this Keeper out, like, ASAP. Alright, archer kills going on both sides, of course, Dise is gonna have marksmanship a lot sooner. And he's gonna be creeping up this Ogre Magi. Needs to be careful, dude. These archers super weak. It's one of illusion. Not really the best item because archers aren't really the tankiest. So it's not like they're MGs, you know, where that item would have such good value. But could be decent. And gets the retraining and goes for Healing Spray, which was the right decision. Ends up saving so much moon juice in the process, and it's gonna be so good. It's basically gonna hard counter against this Panda. And it just looks like Dise has all the answers. If Hurricane comes back from this game, I'm gonna go apeshit. Like, I'm seriously gonna go apeshit. Alright, we have the level 3 finally for the Keeper. And honestly, yeah, at this point it might be better just to go for Treants. Alright, Hurricane is going to see the army that Dise does have. And, this Panda, dude. He just has no levels. And, you know, it would be pretty decent if he was level 3, which you could say that he definitely needed to solo creep him, but we also have the Healing Spray as well. So, I'm not really sure if there's any sort of way Hurricane could fight this. We even have the Pit Lord. And we have the Healing Spray coming in for these archers. So these archers are looking healthy. It looks like the Panda is going to be going down. And yes, we do have the Entangle, but we also have the Wisp. We have the Howl of Terror coming in. We have Mass Wand of Illusions. And that is just going to be a super quick game. Super quick game 3, dude. Now let me double check to see if the semis are a best of 5. Yeah, the semifinals are best of 5. So next map is going to be Twisted Meadows. Kind of a home turf for Night Elves. And we're going to be having the next map is going to be going to Twisted Meadows. And this is kind of like a home turf for Night Elves. Like I said, you can basically expand everywhere. You can easily Ancient War creep so many camps. And yeah, a lot of this could come down to base race. I am curious if Dise is going to go for some sort of bottom and some sort of like run by technique. Or some sort of run by strategy. Hurricane down one more map for Dise, and he does go to the grand finals where he will be facing either Armin or Pokey. And both players not getting the merchant camp spawn right here. So it's not like they can creep that right away and go for some sort of mercs. I mean, they technically could. They obviously, both players know where they are. Both players know that they're across away from each other. But it is a bit dicey. So what are the hero picks going to be? Like I said before, it is kind of like a roll the dice sort of thing in this matchup. Every hero basically counters every hero. And we're going to be seeing a keeper from Dise. Hurricane going for the bottom. Okay. How good is Hurricane's bottom? I don't believe I've seen his bottom yet. I've only seen him go Demon Hunter and Keeper. I have not seen him go for bottom yet. So, and a bottom can work really nicely on this map just because of the fact that the map is so huge that if you do go for some sort of second or third base or whatever, the run by potential is going to be huge with the mobility of the hunts as well as the damage that the bottom is going to be able to source out. Alright, we do have some Wisp right here, so at some point Dise is definitely going to want to Ancient War creep this. Making the Ancient War super late, going for some really early hunts, which is not surprising. Both players actually. And Dise is going to go for the Merc camp, having Mercs against any sort of Night Elf unit in the beginning, in the early game. Hunts, archers, whatever, can be really effective. Especially the Berserker, does plenty of damage. Just immediately dispels, dude. Immediately detonates. Just says no, buddy. Just no. Right, Dise is going to move across the map, try to get some Wisp kills, and this is going to fidget with Hurricane's Wood, which does matter if you are going to be going into hunts as a Night Elf player. The wood does matter, and it does add up. He's not mining with the Whisper here currently, so he definitely needs to be mining, man. He is going to be having wood problems, like seriously. But Hurricane's on the other side of the map, trying to fidget with the Wisp as well, but of course he doesn't have Entangle, so it is not going to be as effective. More Wisps going down, dude. Hurricane is definitely going to be... Yep, look at all the Wisps that he's going to have to remake just to be able to afford these hunts and the upgrades that is going to be coming with them. Hurricane making a AP in Dice's base. I actually kind of like that. But Dise is going to staff back just to go deal with it. Doesn't have treants, so it's just going to have to be the right click. And honestly, it might come up anyways, especially if Hurricane comes over here just to harass onto Dice's Keeper, and he does have Searing Arrow, so he does have decent right-click damage. But we're going to be having a hunt somewhat soon. 2 Ancient Wars coming in from Dise. Going to have so much creeping potential. Look at that. Look at that AP damage onto this hunt. Alright, we have the first hunt coming in from Hurricane. Of course, it is just going to be entangled. But it's not going to be enough to kill the hunt. There's a second entangle. There's going to be... Oh, gets the Keeper, actually. And if this AP survives, which it does not, but if it did, it actually would have been really bad for Dise. Really bad. I kind of like this, actually. This little AP thing, kind of punishing the Keeper for not going Treants in the beginning. If he did have go Treants, then would have been really good. Alright, Hurricane is supplying pressure. Of course, the Keeper was only level 1, so he's going to be coming back very soon. And he's going to have the Entangle right away. He's going to also have full HP, so he's not even going to be... It's not even going to be that much of an issue as... Oh, also, Hurricane denied the Keeper kill. So he didn't even get experience for that. Dise has the hunt superiority, and Dise also has the entangle.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's just looking bad now. It looked pretty cool. You know, wasn't that bad. But losing all those wisp early on, as well as making an ancient protection or protector, an AP. Yeah. Just losing so much wood. That's 80 wood. That is going to be cost, and that's just going to be GG. And it looks like Dise is going to be going into the grand final. And now we're going to be having Armin versus Pokey, which is going to be, should be a much closer matchup. And I'm